Hello students, this is a plus 2 chemistry class and we are doing the chapter thermodynamics. So today we will discuss about the macroscopic properties of the system. So what are these macroscopic properties? Are those which arise from the bulk behavior of the matter like solid, liquid and gaseous. From those which arises in the bulk behavior are known as the macroscopic properties of the system. And these macroscopic properties are of two types, extensive and intensive. What are the extensive properties? Are those properties whose value of is depends upon the amount of substance or the size of the substance present in the system, like mass, volume, surface area, internal energy, etc. So these are the extensive properties whose value depends upon the amount or size of the substance. Intensive properties are those properties which independent from the amount or size of the substance present in the system, like temperature, pressure, viscosity, vapor pressure, etc. These are the intensive properties, means whose value is independent from the amount and size of the substance. Now force is the extensive property, but pressure is the intensive property because pressure is a mass per unit area. Now the measurable properties required to describe the state of the system is called the state variables, like temperature, pressure, volume, etc. Means they require a one specified state to describe that property is known as a state variables. Now state functions means property of the system which values depends only upon the state of the system but not at the path or the process. Path or the process means which determines in this way that reaction takes place in the system, but it dependent on the path or the process, but it depends upon the state of the system. Next are the exothermic and endothermic reactions. Exothermic reactions, exo means external, in which heat releases during chemical reaction, and endo means are those reactions in which heat is absorbed to complete the reaction. Like A and B are the two reactants. They react with either form and C and D. This plus Q sign means the heat energy. Energy is released during the chemical reaction. Carbon, like combustion of fuel, oxidation. Carbon with the oxygen, it forms carbon dioxide, and plus 393.5 kilojoule energy is released. It means this is the exothermic reaction. When nitrogen combined with the oxygen and 0.5 kilojoule energy is absorbed, which is mentioned in the reactant and side, means this much amount of energy is absorbed for the completion of reaction and it forms nitric oxide. It means this is the endothermic reaction in which heat is absorbed for the completion of reaction. Next is second law of thermodynamics. According to this law, entropy of the universe always increases in the course of every spontaneous change. Like first law is the energy is conserved. Conserved means energy can neither be created nor be destroyed according to the first law. And second law says that entropy of the system that increases in the course of every spontaneous change, and it is mentioned by the S, entropy, and delta S is the change in entropy. Like in the one state, water changes from liquid to solid. It means from water to ice. State changes now at three different temperatures, 270, 273 and 274 kelvins. At 272 what happens? Delta S means change in entropy, total delta S of the system and delta S of the surrounding. Like delta S of the system is minus 21.85 and the surrounding is 21.198. So out of this it comes plus 0.08. It means this delta S is in this case it is in the positive value. So it means it is the spontaneous reaction. Delta S is positive at 272. Now at 274 delta S, when we calculate total delta S means delta S of the system and the surrounding, then this value comes in the negative. In this case delta S is in the negative, it means this is the non-spontaneous reaction. Now at 273 it becomes the equilibrium. Water changes into ice. Now next is the third law of thermodynamics. According to this law, at absolute zero, the entropy of a perfectly crystalline substances is taken as zero, and this law is mainly only applicable to the pure crystalline solids, and it is helpful to calculate the entropy of the pure substances at different temperatures. Means it is applicable only to the pure substances, crystalline solids which are pure in nature, and it is helpful to calculate the entropies at the different temperatures of the pure substances. Thank you.